Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, whatever you call it, Get Covered Illinois wants you to know that you need to enroll in a health plan before January 31st. Having health insurance is the law. If you don't get coverage, you may have to pay a penalty of $695 or more. Coverage is more affordable than you think. Most people can find monthly premiums for $75 or less. Go to getcoveredillinois.gov or call 866-311-1119 to get free in-person help. That's 866-311-1119. Enroll today.
Hello guys, welcome to the Movie World Action Show, May 10, 2012, and today's topic is Nolan's monopoly and stranglehold on Batman, and also the Avengers being the #1 CBM at the box office comic movie. And here, welcoming to another partner, Anthony P. over here, and Darker Phoenix are here.
You're here.
How you guys?
What's up, man?
Pretty good. Yeah. What do you got? What do you guys feel like about Nolan's stranglehold on the whole Batman universe?
Well, personally, I'm just excited, man. I'm oh my God, this is by far the biggest.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
What the hell?
Bloopers.
Yeah. Hold on, we got another caller. You got another caller?
Another caller?
yes.
Hello?
Andrew? Movie
Who's this?
Express? This is
Yeah.
Daryl from California.
Oh, what's up? What's
Hey, how you
up,
doing,
Daryl?
man?
I'm doing
Yeah,
fine. I'm
he's
just calling in. I'm calling in. I'm at my break right now. I'm at the park, so I was just calling in to give my thoughts on Nolan. You said, what's the topic?
Oh, it's Nolan's stranglehold on and monopoly on the Batman franchise. And Dr. Phoenix and Anthony, Daryl is also, he's a true hardcore Batman fan, not into none of that Nolan crap, so he's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I think that Nolan, because I was reading last night I was listening to the podcast actually of Nolan and his Batman on film, and they were gushing over Batman and the new plot for Dark Knight Rises, which doesn't connect to the comic book. Nolan, he's totally taken the essence of Batman and he twisted it into an Inception type Batman movie that has nothing to do with the comic books.
Exactly.
Like one, he missed the biggest thing, which no director has taken with Batman, is him being a detective. That's number one.
Yeah.
Batman's a detective. He's not a army man. He's not an army man. He's not a G.I. Joe man. He's a detective in a costume.
Exactly.
Is a superhero.
They call him the dark detective and stuff.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. He's the dark detective. Batman is a superhero. He's making Batman to a vigilante. And those ass clowns on Batman on film, they got this thing about Batman being realistic. There's no such thing as Batman being realistic. They say that Batman should be not in space. That's dumb. Batman fought aliens in the 1950s. They say that Batman should not have a sidekick. Bullshit. Batman had Robin since 1940. Batman and Robin has sold comic books from 1940 all the way to 1970. And still, today, Robin is the key to Batman. I mean, okay, the Joker did good with Dark Knight, give or take. I'm not a Dark Knight fan. Joker did okay, but Joker is going to sell the movie because this is the Joker. Joker is like Robin. They sell the movie. They can carry movies over. Nolan is trying to kill Batman's franchise on purpose, I believe, because he wants to get rid of the comic book essence out of Dark Knight. So that's why he's jealous of the Avengers. The Avengers, they weren't scared to say that they're a comic book movie. That's why Avengers succeeded. I've collected Avengers for about 30 years, and Avengers is the most successful movie to this date because they weren't scared to say, we're a comic book. Nolan is scared to say that Batman's a comic book. The Nolan fans...
He's ashamed of being a comic book. He wants to put everything else. He wants to take everything from every other movie except a freaking Batman reference. He wants to take a reference from the first one from Blade Runner. He wants to take Heat and put in the second one. And like I said, he wants to take the third one and put James Bond in it. Like, how about fucking putting Batman in it?
This is exactly what's really pissing me off. I mean, he's just, this is about the total disrespect when it comes to making a Batman movie. If you're going to make a Batman movie, keep it true to the damn comic book instead of making it so-called realistic. It's no such thing as a realistic comic book. Comic book is fantasy.
Hold on. Another caller? Got another caller? Hello?
You got another caller?
Oh, wait. Here. Hello? Hello?
Zod Ryder.
Hello? Hello?
Zod Ryder.
Oh, Zod Ryder.
Hey, what's up, Zod Ryder? Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, welcome.
Welcome. Hi. He doesn't like the new 52 either, Anthony.
Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, that new 52 is a disappointment.
Yeah, and right now I hope that sales are currently going down further.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You know what's funny, and I said this on the Superman homepage. The Smallville season 11 comics are selling better than the new 52. They're worried.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, but what do you guys think of the whole thing of that Dr. Phoenix said about the Nolan like dissing the Avengers? And to me, like, he would say something like that because if you see all those interviews, his stupid comments about Robin is in a crib somewhere, and I don't know. But by the time Robin comes around, I don't think I'll be in the picture. I'm like douchebag and stuff, and then like the whole thing about Christian Bale saying, I'll chain myself and handcuff myself to a hotel.
Well,
if Robin is ever in this movie, I'll refuse to come to work.
Let me make my case on that. This is why I put that video up there. I was Googling the Avengers to see because I Google it every day to see like what records it breaks, and like right now, like I'm waiting to see like if it beat Spider-Man 2 today. But anyway, I Googled it and like it says like the name of this article was called what the Dark Knight Rises trailer director thinks about the Avengers, and that's where I seen that from. I don't know if it was fake or whatnot, but like let me tell you, as soon as I posted this thing, I posted this thing like a couple hours later. As soon as I posted it, it was removed. So I looked up an article and I was going to send it to Movie World Express, and I can't find the article anywhere.
Wow.
And so I renamed it, and I renamed the video, and that's the only reason why my video is still up.
Yeah, because they took it down. They took it down. He put the video up and they took it down.
Well, that's messed up.
It's funny that he's saying this because I was saying before in my video, there was an article on Comic Book Movie a couple months ago where Christian Bale said something that was it made him look bad, and he basically said, well, I'm just doing this movie because I have to. I'm contracted to. He's like, basically like I had to come back. But I'm like, so even if Nolan is on it, you're acting like you just came back because you had to. He's acting like he's doing it for the paycheck. Like I didn't really. He's like, well, I had to come back. I'm under contract. Like he didn't want to fucking be Batman. He's doing me any favors by coming back. I just had to come back. I had no choice. And then he was basically saying he's doing it for the paycheck. And the next 5 minutes later, I go to copy and paste it. They're like, article removed at the request of WB. I'm like,
I read that article. Didn't he say, like, wasn't he asked a question about, like, what do you think about the whole, like, living up to the hype thing, and he said, like, he's just over it? Didn't he say that in the article?
Yeah, that was one of them, yeah. But the one, it's funny how fast, like, he's saying he's just doing this movie for the contract, and 5 minutes later taken down at the request of WB. Because then everybody's like, where the hell's the article?
Oh, my God.
I didn't read the whole thing.
When Nolan was talking shit about the Avengers, apparently he caused quite the stir on the fans. And right now, currently, I hope that he's losing fans because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was going to say his position with DC is in danger now because he has to talk about Avengers because now DC is going to make Batman in space. See, the reason why Nolan, he has to say that because he has to clamp down the attention that Avengers is getting because Avengers made a lot of money, and it's fantasy. So now Warner Brothers, they're going to want to make money. They're going to want a Justice League movie. So now Nolan has to put down Avengers. Matthew Modine, did you guys see this? Matthew Modine said some hateful stuff about Avengers last night. I'm going to shoot that to you guys on, I'm going to shoot it to you, Movie Express, on Facebook. Because Matthew Modine said some stuff on the Today Show about Avengers 2. He said it was bullshit, and he was clowning on it yesterday. Yeah, he was clowning on it, saying it's fantastic, and Dark Knight is going to crush it. But they know that their position is in trouble. See, they're in trouble because Avengers made so much money that now they have to say that Avengers is weak, it's cheesy, it's popcorn. If somebody gives a fuck about an artistic Batman movie, I mean, come on, who wants to see an artistic Batman?
You know what, man? I mean, DC right now is in shambles. No thanks to Dan Didio, or should I say fucking Dildo, and and Chris Nolan. Right now, it's obvious because along with the New 52, DC Comics is in shambles. And me personally, as a DC fan, that hurts. That really hurts.
This is where DC's messing up. They need to stop like relying on Batman so much and give like Batman and Superman and give superheroes like the Flash and Wonder Woman a chance. They gave Catwoman a chance, which is a spinoff of a Batman character. They have never aside from the Green Lantern, they have never given anybody else a chance. Not that I know of.
Exactly. You know, Dr. Phoenix, I have this friend, her name is Justine, and she's into all that artsy-fartsy shit, and she hates Nolan's Batman films because she says, it got to be one thing or the other. You can't have a comic book movie and try to make it into a fucking art film. She hates that Nolan tries to make the Dark Knight into art films because she's like,
it's not even good in an artistic sense. And I proved that in my new video. It's riddled with flaws, and it's riddled with flaws and plot holes. The only reason why this movie did anything is because Heath Ledger died. He did a good job, but everything else in that movie sucks.
It made no sense. It made no sense. When you look at Dark Knight, Joker comes in the beginning that everybody hyped up. He robs the bank. Okay, then he's insane. Then he's a master criminal. Then he's targeted Harvey Dent. It made no sense. It never made sense. Dark Knight makes no sense. And then Batman's a punk in that.
So much, like, have one plan. He has fucking 5 and 10.
Yeah, he didn't know where he was coming from.
And he kind of ruined the origins.
And you know the idiots that talk that shit about, like, because Heath Ledger was Joker and he has no origin and because they take shit from the comics and they use it as a BS excuse. You know, the Killing Joke, when Joker keeps saying stuff that he has a whole bunch of different origins and all that stuff and you don't know what to believe. Maybe in '86, but when they made Under the Red Hood, which people seem to fucking totally forget about, Under the Red Hood established that he fell in the fucking vat of chemicals because they had a thing where Batman was remembering Joker falling in the vat of acid. So how the fuck could that not have been his origin if Batman was remembering him falling in the acid?
Okay.
Batman, you know what I mean?
Indeed.
That's the origin.
Listen, you cannot deny the original comics. You cannot deny Bob Kane.
No.
That's what happened in his comics.
Yeah.
He didn't have an origin. I'm going to play a little devil's advocate. Let me play a little devil's advocate to the jackass fans that's listening to this. Joker did not have an origin. But guess who else didn't have an origin either? Batman didn't have an origin either. Batman went 9 issues originally with no origin, and then by like the 4th or 5th issue, they gave him an origin. The only person that had an origin was Superman. Golden Age Superman was the only one that had an origin. Back in those days, they didn't have origins. Okay, we live in 2012. We have to give origins to the characters to give them motivation. Joker looked like an asshole in Dark Knight. I'm sorry, I like Jack Nicholson. I like Jack Nicholson's Joker because he had a plan.
I love Jack Nicholson. He was really fun to see as Joker.
Yes.
He even gave me a few laughs. I really enjoyed it. You know, he was sinister, but at the funny,
you see, Heath Ledger, he was trying to be the wrong kind of psycho. He was trying to be some Hannibal Lecter type of fucking psycho, and he joked like 1 or 2 times. But the whole thing about the Joker is he'll kill and murder you, and he'll be cracking up crazy, and he's happy and laughing and smiling. It's like he was too serious. He was too serious.
He can't blame Heath Ledger entirely, though.
Yeah, I don't know. That's true. But but he was coming off like some pervert psycho killer or something.
Yeah, man.
Hello.
Yeah. But hey, listen. Speaking of the Avengers thing, I've been dying to share this. You know, according to the comicbookmovie.com, listen to this. The box office for the movie Avengers have been revealed, but by the deadline, after like a few days after the release, that things are obviously looking really good, even better than expected for the movie, which combines with the heroes from Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 1 and 2, Incredible Hulk, Thor, Captain America, and all into one incredible monster of a blockbuster. And so far, it's been released for like 41 territories at the box office, newsstands, and a lot of, $71.3 million, and this is only, like I said, 70% at the time.
Yeah, but it already, come on, it already killed. I'm sorry, there's no fucking way that Dark Knight, $200 million in less than a week. I highly fucking doubt Dark Knight Rises will do $200 million in less than a week. It was like 3 or 4 days and it already had $200 million.
Yeah, I doubt that. And get this, I even wrote me a list of the money it's made overseas in like 12 countries. And get this, Australia, $11.1 million bucks. The UK, $9.4 million. France, $6.8 million. Italy, $5.8 million. Mexico, $4.7 million. Korea, $4.5 million. Taiwan, $3.6 million. Germany, $3.4 million. Philippines, $3.4 million. Brazil, $1.7 million. Hong Kong, $1.8 million, and Spain, $1.7 million bucks.
Yeah, so far like 700 million combined overseas and U.S.
And I got a feeling this will probably make more than 700 million bucks.
Of course it is.
It's already over. It's 750. Yesterday it was 750. It's gonna be like. It's over. It's already over that. So like that ship has sailed. Let me tell you when I knew this movie was gonna like break records.
Yeah.
I went to the midnight show. As soon as I left the midnight show, it was 3 a.m. Around like 3 a.m., people were standing in line, and that line had sold out, and those people wouldn't get home until 6 o'clock in the morning. Then on a Saturday, the 8 a.m. shows were selling out. All 5 shows. They had like 5 Avengers showing before. Like I got there at 11 a.m. with my niece, and
wow,
all those shows were sold out. I was like, I couldn't help but think to myself, this movie's gonna break a fucking record, and it did.
Yeah,
that's all I got to say.
Is that right, or what do you think of the whole like rivalry, the TDK and Avengers?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that he said that what I think about the rivalry between Avengers and Batman. Well, I'm gonna tell you my key things for Avengers. I've been an Avenger fan for almost 20 years. Like the Justice League. The Avengers to me is like the DC's Justice League, but we got on the screen early. They built it up since 2008, and to me, I think that they were true to the origins of the Avengers in this movie. Not only for the comic book fans, they killed 2 birds in 1 stone. They gave us comic book fans, us real comic book fans, what we wanted, plus they gave the mainstream movie fans what they wanted at the same time. The beginning of the Avengers, without spoiling that, because I know people listened to it, the beginning was off the hook, to the ending was off the hook, and it gave a little, the mid-credit scenes at the end was cool to me. I had a little bit of complaints with Avengers, small complaints, but other than that, they used the characters right. It was just like the Avengers comics to me. I thought they used Loki in the perfect sense. He was the best villain next to Red Skull. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they had the villains. They really have too many villains because they had Whiplash. Whiplash wasn't that good of a villain to me, but Loki was the best next to the Red Skull. He had character, and they showed it was a payoff for 4 or 5 years for me. It was a big payoff. It was way better than the Fantastic Four. It was way better than the X-Men to me. It was the Hugh Jackman movies, as I call it, but that's another story. But the X-Men, the Hugh Jackman, I call it the Hugh Jackman, call it the Wolverine movies.
Yeah, you know what?
For me, what it would be great.
This is the thing that people seem to see. Besides like Nolan or lame asses like Bryan Singer or other, this is a director that actually grew up on comics and actually writes comics. So he knows what the fuck he's doing. Nolan and all of them don't know what the fuck they're doing. All these people that say all this bullshit about Nolan's brother read comics, but to me,
no, he didn't read no comics.
No, his brother, not Nolan. His brother, not Nolan. But Nolan didn't read shit, because when you say to David Goyer, why should Scarecrow wear a mask in a movie, you don't fucking retard, you're an idiot.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid. That goes to your point, that's stupid.
You could totally tell that Whedon knows what he's doing.
Yeah, man. To me, it's just about as stupid as someone saying, you know, the Joker or whoever that doesn't have origins or something like that. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
And I mean,
it's bullshit.
Exactly. Every character has an origin. Come on, that's just ridiculous. People saying.
Zod Ryder. So he basically thought Scarecrow would be okay with a suit and a tie and no mask, walking around in a fucking business suit. I'm like, you know how ridiculous?
And
how the fuck is somebody like that?
An old man.
Yeah, he was too young. He was too pretty boy. Scarecrow's like 50.
Yep.
He was too
pretty boy. But you know why, though?
Like,
let me tell you guys something about him, too. Let me tell you guys one thing about Nolan. He is a Quentin Tarantino of DC. He tried to like Quentin Tarantino. He uses his actors in each movie. Like Christian Bale was in The Prestige. Yeah. He used the guy that plays Scarecrow in Inception and his other movies. Yeah. He used Tom Hardy as Bane, which is laughable. That's the most laughable Bane that I've ever seen, because Bane is Latin, but he's a German now.
I would not call that guy Bane.
Yeah, he's not Bane.
I laugh at these stupid Nolanites that say he's a great fucking Bane. I'm like, are you fucking?
But they say anything. But you know what? The Nolanites. I'm gonna tell you something about Nolanites.
Great Bane. This midget is a great Bane. Are you fucking retarded?
Yeah, that's really ridiculous, because Bane is supposed to be like a Hulk-sized villain. Instead, he just seems to be.
Listen, guys. Can you imagine this?
He towers.
He's fucking
humongously. He towers over Batman. In this fucking movie, he's like an inch shorter than Batman. That's pathetic.
Yeah, because Nolan got a twisted vision.
Twisted vision, huh?
All right, let me ask you something. Would Marvel fans tolerate this? If we got some guy that was 5'10", skinny, and had like a little bit of muscle to play the Incredible Hulk, you think Marvel fans will let that fly?
No, they wouldn't.
No.
It's laughable.
No, we wouldn't take that shit.
Oh, that is so ridiculous. Oh, my God. Talk about inconsistency when it comes
he has a twisted. I don't want to plug their show because I don't want to plug it online, but I was listening to the next site, the podcast.
Oh, that idiot. You mean
ridiculous. I was telling you last night, Movie Express, they were gushing. You guys check out the podcast from the BOF film, and he was just in tears. One guy said it made him want to cry. Looking at Dark Knight Rises trailer, he said he wanted to cry. I'm like, what was so good?
Oh my God, he thought
he said he wanted to cry. He was gushing. He said he was gushing over the trailer. They would just go on and on how he's going to reveal his identity. If they saying was true, because they said last night that Batman's supposed to reveal his identity, and maybe that's the death of Batman. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Batman's not supposed to reveal his identity, but they was going on and on and on about how Nolan's Batman is this, and man, they'll take anything that's Batman. They're not Batman fans. Yeah. I keep saying that Nolanites are not Batman fans. If they were Batman fans, they would say that the car, and then they said about Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul, I'm going to tell the fans, Ra's al Ghul will not be in Batman, Dark Knight Rises. That is false. He's going to be in flashback. They're not going to use the Lazarus pit. He's not going to use the Lazarus pit.
Oh, don't even get me started on that crap.
Man, that's so imagine it for Nolan. He ain't going to never use no Lazarus pit.
Yeah. But I will say that he's
immortal Ra's al Ghul, a non-immortal Ra's al Ghul.
I'll tell you this. Those damn Nolan fans are just about as bad and just about as blind as the people who are supporting this new 52 crap. When a lot of these people who so-called like it, they failed, and I repeat, failed to realize that it is being fueled by ego. And I'm not talking about the good ego. I'm talking about the bad ego. The bad ego. That kind of ego is never, ever a good thing. People need to realize that. Even a long time fan like myself should have enough decent common sense to realize that.
Yeah. Hello? Another caller here?
Just calling. Just something, man.
Oh, so what do you have to say about the Nolan thing?
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing about it already, man. To me, I just want the shit to get over it and let's come out and let's get over it and let's. No, I mean, to me, as far as the Batman franchise is concerned, I mean, all DC period, I think they just need to get this one out the way and get Batman a rest for a while because until they could decide to sit down and find out what they really want to do with the character and find out actually a good director and a good writer and really sit down and come up with a good story because what Nolan's doing ain't working.
It's not.
I mean, he was doing good. I mean, Batman. I don't know a whole lot about Batman. I've seen Batman. When I seen Batman Begins, I thought that was cool. I felt more Batman-like, but like Batman Dark Knight, it didn't feel like it was the same character that was coming out and that made a damn return. Like he felt like. I felt like that. I thought the way he was fighting and things that he was doing in Batman Dark Knight was kind of like. He was like the first Dark Knight was kind of like the year one. And I kind of felt like Batman Begins was kind of like the year two. And I thought he was more intelligent, and I thought he had better fighting skills, and I felt he knew more what he was doing in Batman Begins than he did with Dark Knight.
You're exactly right.
It felt like backwards, right? It felt like he didn't know what the hell he was doing in Dark Knight.
He's beating martial arts up. He's beating martial artists up. Martial artists.
I'm checking.
Remember, and he's right. Batman Begins.
I'm getting an update on the Avengers. It just beat Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
at the box office?
Yeah. It's at $775 million right now, and tomorrow it'll be at 80. It'll be at the $800 million mark.
What the
box office mojo?
Okay, let's see. I hope that this will actually make $1 billion, or if they play their cards right, this could be
Avengers,
over $1 billion.
Avengers,
It's gonna make $1 billion by next week.
One more comment about Dark Knight. Here's one more comment about the Joker and all the fans of Heath Ledger. Anybody could play the Joker. You get the right actor to play Joker. Somebody can play Joker.
Well, to me, as far as Joker concerned, Joker, he has to have that kind of like face, that look. See, I felt to me the best Joker to me would have been to me, as far as look wise and voice wise, to me would have been William Dafoe, the same guy who played the Green Goblin. He'd have been a better Joker.
He looks like face wise.
Oh my God, you guys kind of read my mind. Before the movie was ever made, I kept thinking Willem Dafoe would make a great Joker. I mean, I could see him with that big smiling face like Jack Nicholson had. And so someone tells him, "You must be joking," and then he looks at him and says, "Do I look like a Joker?"
Joker, but he just did a bunch of lip licking.
Because in my opinion, he mentioned if he didn't have the kind of the face, the kind of shape. Because Joker had to have that skinny, lean, kind of pointy. His face was kind of like too round, and I didn't like the damn long hair that he had. Joker would have.
You're trying to make him like the Crow,
and
that was his war paint. Remember, that was his war paint.
Because when I first saw Heath Ledger, to me, I wasn't doing that impression with him. But it took me a while for me to find out. Get accustomed to it. To me, he wasn't all that funny to me at first. Right? It took me a while for me to actually. It took me a while for me to actually get. To find his jokes funny. To me, Jack Nicholson. To me, everything he did in that movie to me was that's funny. He makes you laugh.
The Joker kills people, but he's supposed to be funny. This Joker kills people. He was like Michael Myers. He was like fucking depressing.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little sick and tired of this.
I actually find Michael Myers scary, not the Joker. I don't find him scary at all.
Yeah, I know. The thing is, but between Michael Myers and the Joker at least has a sense of humor. Michael doesn't.
Yeah. But that's the Jack Nicholson's Joker. The Jack Nicholson's Joker had a sense of humor. See, the thing is, with Nolan was trying to do, he says that, see, this is how I know he's not a real comic fan in the Nolanites. They said that they want to take
hold on again. The show's gonna go up, but hold on, don't hang up because it's gonna go into after show. But the show's gonna go off right now. I'm gonna play the music and I'm gonna go into after show, right?
All right, baby, let's do it.
Hold on. All right.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Okay, guys, you're doing the after show. Like, they leave it for probably about like 50 more minutes. So if it cuts off, guys, call in again next time. But right now we're on the after show. So, okay, guys, what are your top? What do you want to talk about? Like,
I don't know. Maybe the Avengers are good. I don't know. That was good.
Yeah, for me, due to how much money that the Avengers are making right now, I seriously doubt that Dark Knight is even going to make even close to the money that Avengers is making right now. Because
I'm gonna be Mark. Yeah.
Not only that it's making money, but all because it's actually a great film. It's a great film. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this turned out to be an instant classic.
Some idiots on Facebook, some idiot, of course, the stupid Nolanites actually had the nerve to say that it made that much money because people went to see the Dark Knight trailer. Are you fucking retarded? Somebody's gonna pay $20 and that's to see a Dark Knight trailer, and that's gonna make the Avengers a success. Some of these Nolanites are idiots and complete.
That's a shit trailer. That's a shit trailer. The trailer ain't even good. The
trailer. What was that your username?
Well, I think on Facebook his name was like William M. Gregory or some shit. He was saying that nerve that it was a success because people
William M. Gregory?
See the trailer. William M. Gregory, yeah.
Gregory, you are a friggin' idiot. You are a retarded. You know that? You have no conception of how you wouldn't know a good comic book Batman movie would really looks like if it fell out of the sky, landed on your face, and started fucking you in the ass. That's a fact.
As far as the Avengers is concerned, the movie was good. The only issue I had with it, though, Loki gave I know about the Norse mythology, and I know about gods, all kinds of that. I'm into that stuff. So the only issue I kind of have with it, Loki, he gave you a good performance though, but he didn't have all that magic. He didn't have all that magic in sorcery that he does and he does in the comic book. In the comic book, Loki can shape shift. Loki has all kind of magic and sorcery. To me, I felt Loki should be more like how Skeletor was in the Dolph Lundgren He-Man movie.
Yeah, speaking of which, I heard the He-Man movie is in the works sometime.
Yeah,
if that be the case, I welcome it. After so many years. Yeah.
You're right. He's right. The other caller, he's right about Loki, but they stripped Loki of those powers. So they can't do it like the Marvel Universe because that Loki is very powerful in the Marvel Universe. You're right, but they can't make it because you could tear the Avengers up. If you made the Loki from the comic book come into the movie, you could wipe them all out.
I mean, like the shit that happened to him with the Hulk, that's bullshit. Because I say, like, because what he would have done, all he would have done was disappear, and disappear, or he would have somehow made Hulk. He would have done. He made a whole bunch of Lokis surround the Hulk, and Hulk wouldn't know which Loki is the real Loki, and he would have shot some kind of fireballs or electricity at Hulk and then disappeared. That'd have been it. That wouldn't happen. Comment.
No, it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have. I agree because that. But you gotta remember Loki. Yeah, but see, the movie shaped it differently on that. Like it's like they mixed up the ultimate Marvel universe in with the mainstream Marvel universe, and so they had to kind of do that with it to get an explanation to get a good explanation to it. But you're right. The real Loki, the Marvel Comics Loki, would have whooped the whole ass. I mean, that's reality. But you got to remember. Did you read those issues?
I would never underestimate the power of the Hulk. I mean, despite the godliness, I mean, he's fought gods before. I mean, they don't call him the strongest one there is. So when it comes to the Hulk, I would never want to leave him out and underestimate him because
the Hulk can be Thor.
No limits to his anger. No limits to his anger. I mean, it's proved it. It's proved it in the comic books more than once.
If the Hulk keeps getting mad, he can be up there right with Goku and Superman.
I mean, Hulk and Superman, I don't like comparing both of them because I love them both. I love them both. Personally, I grew up with both of them. I mean, if it wasn't for Superman, I wouldn't have been able to read my first comic book. And I could say the same thing with the Hulk. I mean, thanks to the TV show starring Lou Ferrigno and.
the Hulk is stupid, so I'm a Thor fan. I know about Thor is just as strong as the Hulk is. Everybody wants to make it seem like that Hulk is the strongest.
Well, you're right, but you both are right. See, I'm gonna tell you something. You guys are both right, but I'm not agreeing with this. The Hulk has fought the Executioner. The Executioner lives on Asgard. He's an Asgardian, and he's beat the Executioner. Literally, and so the Hulk is.
Well, the Executioner is not as strong as. I mean, the Executioner is nowhere near as strong as Thor. Thor is the most strongest Asgardian in Asgard. So he's not. I mean, Thor could kick his ass.
Yeah, and it's proved more than once that Hulk is even stronger than Thor. That was also proven in the comic book, which is based by fact. But ever since I was watching that, I bought the DVD of Thor. He actually kind of won me over. You know, I'm starting to like him a little more.
Oh, you have to know about Thor. You have to know about Thor. I mean, I know about Thor. I know what he can do. But the problem is, though, like you look at the comic books, though. I mean, first of all, it's always based on who's popular. First of all, and then number two, every time Thor and Hulk fight, Thor's always on defense, and Hulk is always on offense. And they always make Thor hold back all the damn time, and they're all trying to sympathize and try to talk to Hulk, try to actually. Because you watch the Avengers movie again. So Thor was more aggressive fighting Iron Man than he was Hulk. To me,
but you got to remember,
Hulk was like Doomsday to Thor's Superman or whatever. Even though Superman so-called died after defeating Doomsday, I mean, he was never really dead. He was a sort of like some kind of sleeping recovery.
I mean, I'm pretty sure as far as Thor fighting Hulk. If you took away Thor's hammer and it came down to a boxing match between Thor and Hulk, the fight was basically in the draw. I mean, in the draw. It's not going to be the fact that Hulk's going to kick his ass like that. I mean, it's going to be basically end up in the draw. But I don't like those. Like,
Hulk is the strongest one there is, man.
He is. I admit, Hulk is strong. He's stronger than Thor. See, Thor got weaknesses. Thor can't beat like. And
I also would like to point out that, do you guys remember when he was fighting Onslaught in one special issue? I thought it was pretty cool because he actually broke the Onslaught's armor, in which I heard that his armor was supposed to be supposedly tough. And I thought
Thor is just as strong as Superman. Just as strong as Superman.
Actually, Superman defeated Thor.
Yes, he has. Thor. I was going to say one thing about Thor, too. One more thing. See, remember, different Marvel characters got different strengths. Thor, he can't beat like Dormammu. Thor and Loki can't beat Dormammu. That's Doctor Strange villain.
Oh,
then you got Galactus.
Oh, yeah.
Dormammu, he's the demon from that's in Doctor Strange. Galactus.
Yeah.
Loki can't beat Galactus. So each character is stronger than the next character. Yeah, Thanos.
You know what I'm saying, though? See, for Thor, you going by the movie. See, Thor is nowhere near as powerful in the movie than he is in the comic book. So you're going by the movie Thor.
Well, the movie Thor, you know what? They haven't showed the extent of his powers in the movies, but I agree with I agree with both of you guys. The Hulk is the strongest character in Marvel. He's the strongest. Period. I think he's stronger than even the Hulk. I think he's stronger than even Thor because the Hulk is with the Thor.
He is stronger than Thor.
Well,
multiple times it's been proven.
I mean, okay, even if he is, though, but the problem is, though, even when Thor uses hammer on people, they make it seem like that when Thor uses hammer on people, like it does no effect. I don't give a fuck.
It doesn't on the Hulk.
I don't give a hell who you are. Even the fight between Thor and Iron Man, when Thor do that, when Thor do that hammer at Iron Man in the comic book situation, that wouldn't happen because in the comic book, one hit from that hammer, Iron Man be. I agree
with you right there. Like Thor he should have. If they would have kept fighting, Thor would have eventually crushed him. But Iron Man could get a couple punches in on Thor, but there's no way he get.
Well, I mean,
he can get some punches in, but he cannot beat Thor. He can't beat Thor.
I mean, when Thor do the hammer, at Iron Man will not get back up from that shit in the comics.
And what's also really interesting about the whole
you underestimate Iron Man because Iron Man is who like Spider-Man calls when Iron Man is who Spider-Man calls when there's a threat that's too big. That's who Spider-Man calls.
See, Josh Whedon said why he did the movie. He tried to make it seem like that. He made the point where all the Avengers are equal. That's how he didn't want to make it. He didn't want to make Thor look weak against Iron Man, and Iron Man look weak against Thor. That's why when Thor uses his powers on Iron Man's suit got more in the hands because he did that so that Iron Man would have a better chance of fighting Iron Man. In the comic book, if Thor would use the damn electricity on Iron Man's suit, his suit will malfunction, and when he threw the hammer at Iron Man's chest, the whole entire chest plate where they got smashed in.
Yeah, and what's really apparently they made it look like, you know, just to make the other fans a little more satisfied, more happy.
But But you know what? If they did that, though, and I'm not trying to defend the movie, but if they went by and they said, okay, if Thor was more powerful than Iron Man, Thor wouldn't have needed Iron Man or Captain America to fight Loki. So if they would have made it to where they would have been too equal, I mean, they had to make it equal because then you don't need Iron Man or Captain America at all.
Here's the thing, we don't want this Nolan realism crap in the Avengers.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm getting a little sick and tired of dark, edgy, and depressing. No, I'm getting a little sick and tired of it.
For God's sake.
Like you said, it's depressing. I'm getting tired of depressingness.
Because even that scene, when Thor got stuck inside that cage, that Loki stuck Thor inside that cage in the comic book, that's bullshit. Because all Thor has in the comic book, Thor can make portals. Thor can teleport himself from one location to another. So that cage will not hold Thor like the way it did in the comic book. You can't hold no cage. All Thor got to do is use his hammer and open up a damn portal, and he will teleport from the cage outside to a different location.
The only thing that I don't get is how come Loki he used his duplicating powers and his teleportation power, but then when the Hulk came out, like, he forgot how to use it.
Yeah.
He didn't use it.
The Hulk. That's why.
Huh?
The Hulk. That's why.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Stan Lee, I'm gonna say this
under a lot of stress.
Hold on.
You gotta think about the stress factor.
You were saying?
Well, see, Stan Lee created the Hulk. I'm gonna say one thing about that. Stan Lee created the Hulk to be the most powerful character, even over Thor. See, when Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created the Hulk was always meant to be stronger than really, even over